This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
All right, you tired of this Will Smith and Chris Rock stuff yet?
No, because we really starting to discuss the things that we should be discussing in regards to the Chris Rock Will Smith situation. Go.
Well, Wanda Sykes, she was with sitting down with Ellen DeGeneres on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and she spoke about her feelings.
You know, we were the host, right? So we were this is our house. We're inviting you in. We're hosts. We're going to take care of y'all tonight. Make sure you have a good time. And no one has apologized to us. And we worked really hard to put that show together. And as soon as I walked up to him, the first thing he said was, "I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "Why are you apologizing?" He was like, "It was supposed to be your night. It was supposed, you and Amy and Regina, y'all were doing such a great job. I'm so sorry. This is now going to be about this." Because that's who Chris is.
Yeah, she also talks about how she felt after seeing it.
And I just felt so awful for my friend, Chris, and it was sickening. It was absolutely. I physically felt ill, and I'm still a little traumatized by it.
Me too.
You know, that's interesting, right? Because everybody's traumas show up different, and I saw people upset that. I think Amy Schumer and Wanda said they are traumatized by this situation.
What does traumatized mean? I'm when people say that, what does that mean? That when they go on stage now they're nervous because they feel somebody might slap them?
I feel like because they're performers.
But we've seen this before though, right?
Not on this level though. So when you see somebody like a Will Smith get up and smack somebody like a Chris Rock at the Oscars, that means it could be on site anywhere if it happens there. So I can see how in the back of their mind they may think people may run up on stage and smack them. So I can see how that could be a little traumatic for performers, for stand-up comics.
No, she has some more to say.
For them to let him stay in that room and enjoy the rest of the show and accept his award, I was like, how gross is this? This is just the wrong message, Like, you assault somebody, you get escorted out the building.
Yeah, they say that they tried to escort Will out, but Will said no, he wasn't leaving.
I don't believe that. I think that's a damn lie. I think that the Academy is just trying to save face right now. I don't believe that. Because if they asked that man to leave the building and he didn't leave the building, they would have had security come and escort him out the building. Exactly.
Then again, maybe not because it was a live show on TV.
They
so
knew what they wanted. They didn't want that man to leave. They knew that he was about to win the Best Actor. They knew that everybody was going to tune in. They knew they'd probably get a spike in ratings when he gave his acceptance speech, which they did. Mm-hmm. I don't believe they asked that man to leave.
Well, yesterday, Chris Rock performed out in Boston. It was a sold-out show, and he addresses a little bit of what went down.
He said he got a standing ovation before he even came out, right?
Yeah, before he even came out. I get what he said. He said, I wrote a whole show for this whole tour. So, this is something that he's still processing. I'm sure.
That's a whole other special right there.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that the crowd poured into Chris the way they did, though, because I'm sure he needed it. And I've been telling y'all all week, you don't know, what childhood trauma was triggered from Chris being humiliated like that. Like, I love Will Smith, but Will is clearly in pain. He's hurting. And he projected that on Chris. Now Chris has to carry that on top of what he was already dealing with. And Chris has already told us he's been in therapy multiple times a week dealing with the trauma of being bullied his whole life. So I'm glad he felt that love last night.
Well, not only that, now what's going to happen, which is probably going to be a problem on a lot of these shows, is there was a heckler shouting Will Smith's name, and the heckler was escorted out of the building and arrested
Everybody want to be a
outside.
comedian. What did the five fingers say to the face? You just yelling that from the crowd over and over.
It's stupid. So Chris Rock asked when they was escorting the guy out, is this how this tour is going to go? Yes. And the bad thing about it, those tickets aren't cheap. So you pay for tickets to heckle Chris Rock and get thrown out.
What if the heckler refuses to leave?
Oh, they're going to throw his ass out.
Exactly. That's how you know the Academy lying.
They're going to throw his ass out.
Okay.
Chris Rock going to stop the show and throw his ass out.
I wonder how Chris feel on stage now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because people don't, like, trauma is just an emotional response to a terrible event. That's it.
Right.
So I wonder how he feels on stage now. Like, with this, and are people going to try to be funny and
yes,
act like they walking up to the stage every time he's on stage now?
He better not. You see what Wiz Khalifa said. Wiz Khalifa said, you jump on stage while I'm performing, you're going to get shot.
Well, that's what armed security is for.
That's what armed security is for. All right, well, that is your rumor report. Now, Charlamagne, who you giving that down to?
Man, 4 after the hour, man. First of all, I want to salute this young lady who's way smarter than I was in high school, because I feel like now I could have got a bag after seeing what she did. But there's a teacher in Texas named Benji Arnold who needs to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him, okay? Because he don't know how to mind his business when that goddamn Pledge of Allegiance comes on. Okay? We'll talk about it. All of us couldn't stand. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness. All right? We'll talk about it 4 after the hour.
All right. We'll get to that next. And also, of course, we're celebrating the life of Nipsey Hussle.
Man.
This is the 3-year anniversary of his passing.
He transitioned 3 years ago today. And, we miss him physically, but we forever feel him spiritually, man. Salute to my guy, Nipsey Hussle. Salute to his whole team. Salute to his family, everybody. Let's get into another joint. Blue Laces 2. Ooh, see, now you're playing some joints.
It's the Breakfast
Now you're
Club.
acting like you know music.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. I hate you.